So yesterday, we went over chapter 10.3, which was dealing with the bank reconciliation. So again, easiest way to remember how to do the bank reconciliation is you're going to first identify both ending balances in each, in the in the cash ledger, and as well as your bank statement. Once you've done that, now you're going to have to choose a side and which ones that's going to work out for you the best. Now, recommend I recommend it doesn't matter which one you choose because in the end you're comparing both of them, but just to make it simple and easy, I would actually highly recommend you to do the cash ledger first. Reason being is because it's the most simplest thing to identify, right? You're identifying your interest first, and then you're going to identify any fees and things that you've been charged for. And then you can find out your answer right there, your adjustment balance. And then when you're dealing with the bank is a little harder because you're going to have to be looking at the check register. You're going to looking at the bank statement, making sure that they're matching and which one matches from either the check number and also the amount number. You're going to be doing a lot more work comparing the check register for the bank. So that's going to take a lot longer. Now, again, either way, you can start on either side, and if one of them is not balanced, then you're gonna have to go back and figure out which one did you went wrong with, or which one isn't panning out. So yes, so a little what is it, mnemonic device to memorize how either doing the bank statement or doing the cash ledger is going to be, you're going to do your do's and then you're going to do your ifs, okay? So bank is your doing, cash is ifs, okay? Whoa, my whole, okay, all right. So now that here's a quick little peek of the this little chart here, let's go ahead and dive into our statement. So here, the first thing the first thing that you see is going to be your checks. Now, what the checks does is it just, okay, ignore the word cancel checks. It doesn't really mean anything, but these are basically screenshots of what the checks that we have written for that company, and we want to make sure that each one matches. Now, you don't technically need this. This was just a pre-built scenario, but it's sometimes like if you look at the check and you look at your check register, you could have posted something wrong in the check register. So that is what the purpose of having these checks is, so you can go ahead and look at what's there and what is not there. Okay? Next thing that you're going to be looking at is your bank statement. Okay? Here, it's going to give you your list of all your deposits that you made and all the checks that you've written. And, oh, wait, these are more checks, sorry. So here's your bank statement. It's going to have all the information that's including all your checks that you've written, all of your deposits that you've made, and all the entries that you've collected. And then at the top is going to be all the service charges that you have accumulated. And then lastly, we're going to be looking at two more things. So here's the cash ledger. This is what we see in our books, right? This is us recording every single check that we wrote and also recording every deposit that we've made. And then here you get the check. Here's the the check register. So all the list of all the checks that you've written. And then here's all the deposits that you have made, your deposit slips. And then lastly, here's your little reconcile table, okay? So let's go ahead and start off. Which side do you want to work on first? You want to work on the cash side or you want to work on the bank side?
I don't care. Well, let's just do what you recommended. Do the cash ledger first.
Okay, so we do the cash ledger first. Okay, so the first thing we're gonna do is we gotta find the cash ledger ending balance. So if we go up to the top here, we look at our cash ledger and we're gonna go find the last date. So the last date that we did on August 31st is we actually wrote a check for $20. So my new ending balance is 775. So $775. So I'm gonna go ahead and record that right in my book right here. Um, for seven. Okay. I don't know why I can't type in here. So seven. There you go. Seven. Let me put this in black. There you go. Okay, so here, it was for $775. Good. Okay. Now, because we're dealing with the cash side, what do we need to add into our cash ledger?
Deposit.
No.
Um, checks.
What's okay. David, what is the acronym for the cash side?
Do.
No, that's the bank side.
It's the if.
It.
If.
If.
Okay, so
It.
what am I adding to my cash ledger?
Interest,
Interest.
Good.
ACH.
And ACH. Good. Okay,
And
so
then go ahead.
okay, let's go on to the top and see what we actually have. Do we have both? So here's my bank statement. Usually it's at the bottom of the bank statement or on the right side. Here I have my credits is for ACH. I have it for $250 and I have interest collected for $50. Okay, so I'm gonna go ahead and scroll down and write that in here. So I need to make record of my ACH. A, um, A, hold on. I'm having technical difficulties here. ACH, and then I have my interest. Okay, so my ACH gave me a total of, was it 250? No, yeah, $250, and my interest was $50. So in grand total, I know that I need to add into my I need to add back into my bank. I need to add a total of
$300.
$300. Okay, you can go ahead and make your calculation here if you like. Usually, I like to wait till the end so that it flows easy. Okay. So what else on the check on the cash side do I need to take out now? I already finished my interests. What is next?
Uh,
Service fees
any
and
fees?
NSF.
Yes.
NSF fees, service charges.
Good. So anything that has to do with my bank fees. So I'm gonna go ahead and scroll up to my bank statement, and I'm gonna look at the very top, and it says here that I got actually charged for service fee for $20, and I have a non-sufficient funds which they pushed forward for me. Okay, and they're charging me $10 because they paid in advance for us. So as you can see, if we look down here, we see this check. We see our check for 107. We wrote for $30, but as you see, not at NSF, but we're here. They already paid it forth for us. So all we need to recognize is they're going to charge us $10 because of that. So here we have NSF for 10 and service charge for 20. So let's go ahead and insert that data here in my cash ledger.
Okay.
So I have a service charge and I have NSF. Okay. So my service charge was for $20 and my NSF was for $10. So that gives me a total of um,
30.
that gives me a total of oh my gosh. So that gives me a total of $30. Okay? So let's go ahead and let's calculate this since we're completely done, right? So if we started with $775, we need to add, because we're in the section of adding, we need to add our $300. So now we're at 1,075.
Right.
Now we need to less, which is to minus. We're going to subtract
Yes.
our fees because we have to pay for it. We need to
Minus
set
30.
minus 30. So we get a total of how much?
Oh, 10:45.
10:45?
Yes, we should get a total of 1045. And yes. Okay. All right. Now we need to compare and contrast and make sure that that number does work out. So now we're going to be dealing with the bank side. Okay? So the first thing we need to get is what?
Where's the?
Deposits?
What we need to start, where do we need, what do we need to start off with first?
The beginning balance.
Not beginning, what is it?
Oh, the
A
end-
bank balance.
Right, the ending balance.
Ending balance, okay? So let's go
Yeah.
ahead and go to my bank statement because my bank statement should give me two values. It should tell me what I started with and what I ended with.
Right.
You never want your beginning balance, you want your ending balance. So here it tells me I have 1055 in my bank right now. Okay?
Uh-huh.
So I'm going to go ahead and enter that in here.
Where'd you just go? I'm getting confused with the sheets.
I'm at the bottom. I'm at the bottom.
Are you at the bottom? Okay. Oh, the bank reconciliation, right?
Yes.
Okay.
I'm on the bank side now. Oopsies.
Okay.
Okay. I am super confused on this whole entire thing. Okay, so here. Oh, okay, hold on. I think I'm just going to push all the way here. And this amount is for, what was it, 10,
1055.
55? Yeah, and everything is in white, and I don't know why. So let's go ahead and make them all black. There we go. 1055. Perfect. Okay. Now, what do I need to add first on my bank side?
You need to add your cash for the 775.
Why do I need to add my cash in
Oh,
here?
no, you need to, add your adjusted balance.
Why do I need to add my adjusted balance?
Oh, wait, you're gonna reduce your adjusted balance, you're not gonna add it. Good question.
What's my acronym for bank side?
Bank side is the due,
Mhm.
deposits and outstanding check.
So what am I adding back to my bank?
Okay, your deposits,
Mm-hmm.
and your deposits are, okay.
That's right, deposits. We're going to be adding our deposits.
Right, so that's, what, the 100, the 350, the 400. 22, 25, and 30.
Where are you looking at?
I'm looking on your the cash, ledger.
The cash ledger? Where are you getting this $100?
On August 4th, a deposit for $100.
So you're looking at the receipts and deposits, or are you looking at the cash ledger?
Yes. Oh, check register. Oh, I'm not looking at the cash ledger, yeah. This is the cash ledger that I should be looking at.
Okay, so I'll give you a hint. We actually have our deposit slips in this little table here. Okay,
Receipts and
so
deposits.
all of these are what we've our cash deposits we put into the bank. Okay.
That's what I was looking at first.
Oh, okay.
Mhm.
Okay. So this is all of our deposit slips here. So if you read it carefully, we have 1, 2, 3, 4. We have 5 deposits, right?
Right. Mhm.
I'm gonna go ahead and scroll up to my bank statement, and I'm gonna count how many deposits have been recorded. We got 1, 2, 3, and 4. So we automatically can identify that we're missing one deposit, and generally, it's usually the one that is at the end of the month. So if we look carefully, our last deposit was on August 25th, and in this case, in our books, our last deposit was actually on August 30th, not the 25th. See, we deposited on the 25th, but our last one was actually here for $30 on August 30th. So from here, we can go ahead and recognize that we have one deposit for the amount of $30. Okay?
So we're adding the 30.
We're adding the 30.
Okay.
Okay? Now we need to less our outstanding checks. I'm going to write O/S so you guys can understand that's an outstanding check. Okay? Okay, so let's go ahead and look at our check register. Okay, so here's our check register. We notice that we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 checks that we have written. Okay? And then I'm going to go up to the top and I'm going to count how many checks I have. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I only have 6. I'm missing 2. And I already recognize, just looking at the gaps that are missing, I'm missing 103. And I am definitely missing 108. Okay? So let's go ahead and look here at our check register. And you notice that the check for 103 is for $20. And check number 108 is for another $20. So I'm going to go ahead and fill that in here that I have an outstanding check for number 103. Yep. Okay. Number where's the number 103? And check number 108. And 103 was $20.
Yes. And 108 was $20.
And 108 was also $20, which gives me a grand total of a negative 40.
30.
Negative $40.
So you want to add the 30, but you want to minus the 40.
That's correct.
Okay.
So first, let's start off. We start off with what number first?
the 155.
We got the 1055.
1055, yeah. Mm-hmm.
Okay, now we need to add. We need to add 30 to 1055,
30.
and what is that?
Right, that's gonna be
One,
1085
1085.
1085 minus 40 gives you how much?
minus 40, gives you 1045.
1045.
1045 is our magic number.
Yeah, and our adjusted balance is 1045.
Yes, so, okay, I'm having technical difficulties.
Well, why not on the recognition statement, or don't they put deposit and outstanding check?
What do you mean?
Or on the bank side, why don't they instead add why don't they put deposit check or any deposits, and then where it says less outstanding checks.
I'm confused at what you're trying to say. So, you have add deposits?
Yeah. Or why don't they just take out the word add and leave deposits in there?
Because this is for the simplicity of this class and not getting into complicated deals, you are actually not going to only be depositing or adding your deposits. You can have a wrong check number, therefore you need to add back the money. You may have other things that are involved that define that if you're doing your bank, you might be adding something. Now, for time's sake, and for the section in general, I do not have time to be able to I don't have time to be able to show you that complicated problem. I wanted to. It was actually one of the things that I've had previous classes do. So, but for today, I feel like if I were to go over that, that's going to take a lot longer because it took my previous class a lot longer to solve. And for this class, I only want you to know just deposits and just outstanding checks. Okay?
Okay.
Okay.
But
And our adjusted balance was 1045, right?
yes, it is.
Yeah.
So we got 1045 here and we got 1045 here. So we know that they match 100%.
Yeah.
Okay, that they match, and that's what we want. We want the ending balance, the adjusted balance to match.
Right,
Okay.
now this adjusted balance says 1040 though, to the right.
I forgot to I forgot to type in the.
Okay, I didn't know if maybe I missed something.
Yeah, because I can't. Yeah, see if I do
Yeah.
that.
Right, I see what you.
I need to redo this table. For some reason, it's not letting me do a lot of things. So,
Right,
don't worry about that. I'll go ahead and post the
Okay.
new one with a nicer table in it. But for yes, so we end up matching our here right here. So I don't know, David, did I answer your question? When you're adding, you're not only going to be adding deposits. You can be adding a lot of things. There's examples where I had cash on hand, I wrote a wrong check, or the bank actually recorded me the wrong check. Like, for example, when I made a deposit for my bank, they charged me twice. So it made me, it looked like I withdrew $200 when I only withdrew 100, and at the end of the day they fixed it and fixed their mistake. So that is a common error that either we do, or the bank people, the bank tellers, they enter this information as well. They can easily accidentally do a human error just as much as we can type it or write in our books wrong. Okay, so for the sake of this class, I only want you to know that you're only going to be adding your deposits, nothing more and nothing less.
Yeah, you answered it by other information can go in there also.
Yes, other stuff can go under here. Yes.
Okay.
Okay. All right, so good. So this is see, this was a pretty easy one. Because I'm just showing you all the shortcuts. Now, what if you look at the bank statement can pretty much tell you everything. that you need to know.
Right.
Because the only thing that you need to know really is your cash ledger and your bank statement. Because for your cash side, you already given the service fees at the top and everything, and your interest is all at the bottom. Now, understanding this part will be dealing with your cash ledger. Okay, just comparing the checks that you wrote to the check to and the deposit that you made, and that's pretty much it. Okay. So that actually did not take very long either, but I do have for the next section, it's going to be very long. So